Honestly, I feel like we're rushing life right now. That's just me. Hi, I'm Panskine. Welcome back to another episode as usual. You click on this is going to be a really well-made YouTube video. I'm just going to be completely honest. But I had a little thought once in a while that I'm just rushing things. I'm trying to rush what I'm doing. And we need to take our time. If you're in your mid-30s and 40s and watching this, you know that life will catch up on you. It's caught up on you. You went through years of saying as a kid that there's not too worried. You don't have to worry about life. Like, I'm a kid right now. You always thought that as a kid, you thought life was gonna be at a pace. You were able to do it. It was gonna be fun. You're always gonna be young forever. But then you start to get old, and now you don't feel like it's gonna be, waiting for you anymore. And that's what's happened with me right now. I'm young. I'm very young. So I can't be like, my life is catching up on me, but I'm being honest that I'm having that feeling of, I feel like life is just, I'm just trying to run right through it, speed run it, trying to get everything done quickly, even though I'm just starting. What's the point? Why should I keep going? And think I need to do all these things so early. A lot of people get, their lives hasn't started until their mid-20s and 30s. And like any celebrity, just think of people that got big. They didn't become big all of a sudden in their teens sometimes. It took them years and years to become something. And I'm always thinking that I could become something so early that I'm able to do these things instantly. We all wish we could at a young age and just do things right away. But honestly, life is not like that. You're gonna do things as much as you want. Have the things you say and do. You want to become famous or top of your job. Do all this dreams we all have, but I'm trying to rush it. I want this stuff now. I want to do these things immediately, not have to plan or worry, because I'm just like a voice actor. For me, it's I want to be one. I want to be a voice actor right now. But life will tell me, no, you will have to wait. And I don't like to wait. No one wants to wait for things. We all wish we got it right away. And I know it sounds like a kid thing, being like, I want it now. Yes, I want it now. But I gotta be realistic. We gotta be realistic with ourselves half the time, because we know that we're just trying to rush things with life and people and things we do with others. Like if you're with someone and you guys want to go to a restaurant, but you don't have enough money, but you could with a credit card, but you can't pay that off or do anything with it. You gotta take time, and we want to just go for it, be happy at the moment, and suffer later. We want to suffer later. We want to push things back, I had my fun, but now I'm gonna suffer the consequences later. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to suffer the consequences later if I do things too early. And a good little example for myself is with voice acting. I want to just, do entertainment, make some money so I can make this a living. Yes, there's ways to start right now. And there are ways of I don't want to go by. And let me just say, adult stuff. People would pay for that. It is a really big one. And it's easy to get into. I don't want that. Because I know if I go into that right now and I want to have things later, I can't have all the opportunities I wanted later. Because I want to make people happy. I want to be known for games and kids shows and movies and stuff. I want to be known for those things. I don't want to be known immediately as someone went down the dark path just to get money real quick so I could get in the field, because that field is a minefield, and I'm not trying to get into a minefield before I actually know what I'm going to get myself into. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to start on something it's going to help you in the future. It's a lot of people don't go to college anymore. It's too expensive. The degrees don't matter much anymore. You're gonna get into it and do nothing with it. So I'm doing the same thing, where I want to start with something that is casual, more fun, can be seen as a start. Oh yeah, that's a good start. It's something. Not something you made money right away. You did the best things and got really quick into this stuff, but that's your high. You will never get past that. You will always stay on that road, even if you don't like it. That's what we don't want. We don't want to be stuck on a road because we decided to try to take a cheap way into it. And I know that you know this. We don't want a cheap way into life. We want to just have fun and life's not gonna be all fun, okay? We all know they're gonna have work, but I don't want to take the cheap ways in. And that's the hard part. You don't want to take any cheap stuff. I'm trying to relate, I haven't done much with my life to really be to talk to people. And most of my viewership, it tells me that you guys are in your mid-20s. And I would love to hear you guys' stories. Things you try to rush things in. What's some stuff you try to rush? Be honest. Say yeah, I regret trying to rush this thing. And for myself, it's relationships. I try to rush things. I've talked about this before. I try to just go right to the end. Like, I'm with this person for 20 years, but I only know this person for a week. Why am I trying to do so much stuff for someone I've known for so little in my life? It's a tough thing. You think you know a lot of stuff, and you will always think that you know stuff and everything. You want to sound smart. You want to sound like you have experience or something you don't, because a lot of us, we're just afraid to admit that we're wrong. We're afraid to admit that, yes, I was too fast in this. We all want to say, well. We always say, well, this, well, that. We don't say, yeah. We don't start with, yeah, I know, I did it. We just go, well, you try to justify. We all try to justify why we rush into things. Let's just all just say, yeah, we did it. We know. We've had this thing. It sucked. We know we did it. And instead of pressing about it, like a lot of people will do, accept it. Just think, yep, I did that. And that's it. Can't really say much. You can apologize. If it hurts someone else, it hurt someone else. Apologize. You know what you did. But you don't have to only apologize and always apologize. You get the one time, know it's heartfelt, and that's it. And a lot of people will ever accept that. And that's the thing that sucks right now. No one accepts apologies as much. Even if you're fully honest with yourself and to others, not everyone's gonna believe you. No, not everyone's gonna. And that's the sucky part, that not everyone's gonna believe everything you say. Even if it's true and perfectly honest, you're never gonna be believed. And there's a way to accept that myself, is just, some people won't ever take the truth. Because as we just said, a lot of times we go, well, we try to justify our own thoughts. We try to justify even if we're wrong. That's what we don't like about ourselves. We know we do that. We know we try to justify it, but we do. And the older you get, you know that people are like that in this world. People are gonna always try to justify even the wrongest decisions. Even if they're completely wrong, they'll die on that hill because they'd rather be ignorant than right. Ignorant than wrong, sorry. You know what I mean. It's just, I wish we all just talked. We talked to each other. All said our prayers and whatever. I can't think of the word. You know what I mean. But speaking on the line of Russian, trying to get into things too fast, is we regret. I've talked about regret too many times and that it's becoming a dead thing. But think about the time that you've said something to someone and you know that you're wrong. You don't admit that you're wrong. Like I know every single person here has their moments where they double down. Even if you thought you were right, like completely, you're like, there's no way I'm wrong. I've known about this for so long, about this one thing, this one game. I was really, really advocate. And someone tells you, no, you're wrong. And they just explain it simply. But you really think you're right. And you double down, you say some things that you shouldn't have said. And when it comes to you being wrong, how do you handle that? I want to ask you, how would you handle being wrong? I know some people in my life that will never, ever admit that they're wrong. Even if you have 100% evidence, they will justify it in any way to tell you that they're right because of any other reason, just because they're older than me, just because they live longer. That's pretty much it half the time. It's just like, yeah, I've known about this because I'm older. Even if it's a subject you have no clue about. I want you to know, I want to ask you, how did you remember those moments and learn from it? I'm young. We all did as a kid. We all said, no, my Charizard's better than your Charizard, like Pokemon cards, the things you had as a kid, toys. You would justify that yours is better. We all try to do that. I believe so. You try to justify yours is better because it looks cooler. Even if stats didn't matter, that's what it was. A lot of things as kids, we do that as childhood to adulthood. We don't change much, We don't, as I said, we don't change ourselves. It's not rushing through life, but you're still a kid. In some aspect, you still have the same humanistics as a kid. But the older you get, the more you know what's appropriate. You can still have fun. You can still talk with your friends and play games together throughout even adulthood. But you still have a job. You still have to do stuff. We all got to learn to go around in life and not rush it, but embrace it because we have to. We have to embrace our lives. I really hope this episode could stick with people. I might continue ranting until my little cousins come home. They live with me. We're just waiting till that happens. And it's going to be a really weird episode. If you made this far, thank you so much. I really wish I was uploading more episodes, but I got really caught up with work. 5 days this week. I was going to be on 6, but thank God I talked about it. Every day I try to do this stuff. Everyone's home. No school, all that stuff. Snow days. So I'm like, really can't really do much. I'm trying to, make these episodes. I have a horror game. Okay, I'm just going to go off topic, just skip ahead like a minute at most. I have a game coming up, or a horror game I'm going to be playing. You're going to see, I'm going to change my content a little bit, because I want to branch off. I'm not going to do those YouTubers that stick on one thing forever. No. I'm going to be branching. As I said, I'm not trying to stay. I want to rush through things. This could be a bad decision for myself, but it is a decision that I've wanted for so long. Even if it affects me, this is something I really need. A lot of people nowadays will stay in the same boat, and this is the part you can skip to. People will stay in the same boat for so long, dying on that ship, even if it's sinking, even if that ship is no longer able to hold a crew. People stay on it because it's familiar. Even if it's bad, they'll do it. We have had times where we were staying on this one game. Even if it's bad, you will die on that ship because it's either nostalgia, memories, you've had too much dedication to it. Like, you don't want to leave whatever you have, even if it's bad. Some of us stay in those things because of like work. You stay at the same job because it's easy, it's close to you, gives you the right amount of money. Even if you're passionate about something else, you know you're way more passionate, even skillful in something. You don't move because you're afraid of those steps of, hey, if I stop this right now, I could lose this all. We don't want to lose it all. As I said, fear the unknown. You don't want to lose it. So a lot of us choose to stay in the same thing, even if it affects us badly. It gives us like a little positive, a little more. Your coworkers, yay. You can talk to them outside of work if you ask them. But if they don't, then we lose a lot of parts of stuff. I don't want to leave my job because it's simple. It's easy. It's close to me. Know what I'm doing. I get along with everyone. It's nice. I like it. But will I stay there forever? No. I don't know how long I would stay with whatever I have. We don't know. I could stay in this house for a whole life. I never know. I could move out and stay in an apartment my whole life. I'll never know. It's just wanting to leave. We all want to just get out and do something. And we don't want to be sick with what we're doing. I don't want to be sick of this. I don't want to be sick of my life. I'm not sick of it. I'm just dealing with it. It's okay to deal with it. It's not like your life is ruined just because you stay in the same thing. That's the one thing I don't get. A lot of people think their life is to an end or being ruined because they stick to the same thing. It's like, no, you're being safe. It's okay to be safe. Stay in this thing. You know you want to change. Save up. Save whatever you need. You need money to leave, obviously, so keep saving. And I know with the prices of stuff, it's really hard. It's really hard to just leave, especially when you've been trapped, like me. You want to leave. You need money. You keep saving it, but you gotta keep spending it. Gotta deal with it. I have no words of encouragement for it there. That's really hard to really be like, yeah, here's a solution. There's no solution. It's waiting. Life is a lot of waiting. Sometimes life will just tell you, hey, you've been waiting for a very long time. Let me just stop that and ruin it and put something in your life that's gonna make you wait longer. And myself, I don't want to accept that. I don't want to accept waiting forever, but you got to sometimes. You have to actually wait. I feel like this episode's reached its pretty much end point because while I have nothing else to add, please, if you're watching this far, I'm so thankful that you actually got here. I do recommend joining a Discord server. You could talk to me. I'm gonna be there most of the time when I'm not working. Leave a like, comment, share, all that stuff. YouTube, subscribe, and I hope you have a great day, and toodaloo.